Welcome to episode 3 of Gardening for Newbies, where we're growing a grocery store in our backyard from step 1. So what I'm going to ask you today is to think about what you want to plant. And you're like, wow, aren't you jumping ahead? We're not haven't even built a raised bed or done anything yet. No, it's actually really important to start thinking about that right now, because this is one of the areas I see the most mistakes. People start a garden and they go to the garden center in the spring and they buy zucchini, tomatoes, and eggplant and peppers. Do you know why? Because that's what's available most often at the garden center. And then everything grows and flourishes, and then someone will say to me, you know what? We don't really eat zucchini and eggplant, and we don't eat a lot of peppers either. And I say, why did you plant them? And they say, because that's what at the garden center. So let's not do that. Instead, I want you and your family to talk about what goes in your grocery cart from the produce section the most often. If that's scallions, cilantro, tomatoes, and broccoli, that's what we want to focus on growing, and that requires different structure and different trellising and different fertilizer and all kinds of different things, different pests. So I want you to think about that first before we jump into building something, because I want you thinking about that already. And different times of year we plant those too. So your homework for this episode is to sit down and make a list of the produce that your family eats the most often. And I want you to list everything, even if you think it's crazy. If you're eating ginger a lot for some reason, you're making a lot of wonderful Asian dishes, or your family eats a lot of fruit, that's important. We can head in that direction. Are you loving winter veg? Are you loving summer veg? Write down a whole list of what it is you want to grow, and then we can get very specific about where you're going to build your garden and how you're going to structure that. So that's your homework. Go to it and then ask questions along the way.